Welcome to the lesson on creating and managing forms. In this lesson, you'll learn how to use the Form Instance screen to manage forms. By manage forms, we mean starting new forms, saving, reviewing for compliance, submitting, printing, emailing, Dropbox access, and deleting forms. When you log into Natural Forms, the first screen you see is the Form Instance screen. This is the page where all your forms are stored. The forms that I have filled out are listed here. Notice that the forms are sorted in alphabetical order. In my list of forms, you can see the name and the form template used, in this case, a medical superbill. This page is scrollable if you have more forms than fit on the screen. If you drag the page down, you will see a search box appear. This makes finding forms very easy. If I tap the search and start typing a word, medical, you can see the list of forms automatically filter. Just tap the form name to open the form. There are three main actions that you will use with your forms: close, review and close, review and submit. Each one of these actions, when executed, will return you to the Form Instance screen. You may be wondering why Save isn't listed. Natural Forms automatically saves the form you're filling out, so no data will be lost. I will tap on a form to open it. When a form has been filled out and is ready to be closed, simply tap the Forms button in the top left corner of the screen. This will close the form and return you to the Form Instance screen. Now let's look at Review and Close. I will reopen our form. Notice the Action button in the top right corner of the screen. Review and Close allows you to check that all the business rules have been complied with on this form instance. If there are any issues with the form, you will see an error so you know what needs to be fixed. From here, let's choose Review and Close. When I select this, you will notice that a mandatory field has been left blank. Once the form has passed all business rules, we go back to the Form Instance screen. Review and Close even works when you're offline. This enables you to check forms before leaving the worksite. Now let's look at Review and Submit. Review and Submit means that you have completed the form, and Natural Forms will send the form to the server for further processing. If you have not previously done a Review and Close, the system will first check the business rules. You will then be asked to provide your username and password as a security measure. In order to submit a form, you must have access to the Natural Forms server. It is okay to resubmit a form with changes or updates. We are now back to the Form Instances screen. There's another way to submit forms to the Natural Forms server. In the top right corner of the instance screen is an action button. Tapping it displays some options. By selecting Submit, the Form Instance screen changes. It is now possible to select multiple forms and submit them all at once. You may only select forms that have passed the review process. Simply tap the Submit button in the top right corner of the screen. Let's now reopen our form. You may have noticed some additional options on the Action button menu. These include Print, Email PDF, Export to Dropbox, Configuration, Help, and About. Now we will focus on those actions that are only accessible from the form screen: Print, Email PDF, and Export to Dropbox. If you have an AirPrint enabled printer, you can print a PDF of the form directly from the iPad. When selected, the print job will be prepared. The printer options screen will appear. This is where you select the printer, the page or pages you wish to print if it's a multi-page document, and how many copies. You then tap Print. It's just that simple. Another action is to email a PDF image of the form. When you select this option, an email message will be generated with the PDF of the form image attached. You may then address the email, add any additional information. Once finished, tap Send. The last action option is Export to Dropbox. As mentioned in the configuration lesson, Dropbox is a web-based service. If you have a Dropbox account, you can save PDF images of your forms to Dropbox. By tapping Export to Dropbox, Natural Forms will create a PDF copy of your form with the same name that you used when you created it to your Dropbox account in a folder named Natural Forms. We'll now return to the Form Instance screen. The Form Instance list has symbols at the right of each form name. These indicate the form's status. There are 3 statuses: in process, past review, and submitted. Let's take a look at each one. The first symbol is the check mark. The check mark indicates whether a form is in process or past review. If the check mark is gray, it means that the form is at least partially, could be completely filled out, but is not past review. You can see this status on the form Demo Tour 1. Demo Tour 2 has a blue check mark, which indicates that this form has passed review. The second symbol is the double arrow. The double arrow indicates whether a form has been submitted to the Natural Forms server. Notice that the arrows next to Demo 3 are gray, showing that the form has not been submitted. Demo 4, on the other hand, has green arrows, indicating that this form was sent to the server. Submitting a form to the server makes it available for further processing by your company. Natural Forms gives you an easy way to delete forms from the iPad. If you tap and hold the form that you want to delete, it will turn blue. While holding your finger down, slide it to the left or right, and you will see a red delete button appear. Tap the delete button and the form will disappear. If a form has been submitted to the server, deleting only removes the instance from the iPad, not from the Natural Forms server. Once a form instance is deleted from the iPad, there's no way to retrieve it. Let's review what we've done to manage forms. We saw how the form instance screen is scrollable. We saw how to close, review and close, search, delete, and submit forms. We also covered how you can determine a form's status. This concludes the lesson on how to manage forms using Natural Forms. In the next lesson, we will learn about pictures, images, GPS, voice, annotations, and drawings.